Let's see the Discord.
Yeah. I can hear.
When you speak, can you hear it?
I can hear
You
myself.
guys keen for some
Wait,
Hollow
can you hear
Knight?
me?
Let's get some hype for Simo.
Yo, test.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Hear each other fine?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
When he
Beautiful.
speaks into the mic, so you will hear him fine, you'll just have a hard time.
Okay.
Have a hard time hearing me.
That's good.
When you speak to the mic, they'll hear you very clearly. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, look at chat.
Yo, shout out to the chat.
Hey, everyone.
Oh, they can hear me. Oh.
Huh? Yeah, may as well.
When you ready? Alright guys, welcome to Hollow Knight. So we're going to be doing any % no major glitches speedrun today. Timer will start when I press A on the next menu. Alright, timer. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, so for those who don't know, Hollow Knight is a 2D Metroidvania that came out in February of this year.
Okay, yeah.
It's an Australian game actually, made by 3 people in South Australia. Lucky for us, the lead tester is here next to me. He came in from South Australia to watch. And I've got the Discord co-admin next to me. That's Benji. So, from the start, why are we using Chinese text? Chinese saves about 20 seconds over the run. It's because the text scrolls through faster and also there's less text boxes in the run. So, I already know what they're going to say. Don't need to read it. I can't really read Chinese, I'll be honest. But we don't need that. Now this game is a very fluid combat system, so it's very simple, left, right, up and down hits. I'm going to uppercut this door because if I hit the door straight on, I'll get knocked back and moved back a tiny bit. Another thing is, you'll see me bring up the menu when I'm falling sometimes, and the reason why we have the menu is because it reduces your hit stun when you hit the floor, and also you fall faster. So all we have to do is pop up the menu, and then release it when we're on the ground. So you'll see it here again. So all you have to do is jump, pop the menu, bam, and we're moving straight away. Alright. So this is the first town we're going to, it's Dirtmouth. We don't need to see anybody here, we're just going to jump by. The reason we're jumping is because if we walk, we're moving a lot slower, like that. So I'm trying to time my jump so we can just get out of there nice and quick. And we'll do the menu again. Alright, so this is the first area of the game called Forgotten Crossroads. A cool little neat feature about this game is the background breakables are actually breakable. So when I'm running around, let's do a fast fall here. Oh, unlucky there. There we go. But a lot of the breakables are actually breakable. So see this grass, I can swing and just play around with the grass. Just something you can do while you're moving around. So this is the first locked-in engagement, so I can't leave this room until I complete it. Luckily it's the first one, so it's nice and easy. Get out of there, there we go. Thank you. And out we go, nice and easy. I can time my jump just right to get over. Oh, there we go. Now the cool thing about our nail, which is our weapon, we're going to call it maybe a sword from now on, but it's a nail, is I can push enemies out of the way, like that. If you're up here, you can move them. There's a lot of knockback in this game. Also, if I pogo, which is hitting down, I can pogo off some spikes, so we can bounce along spikes, do some skips as well. So I'm making my way to a boss called False Knight. And False Knight is guarding an upgrade that we need, which is a fireball upgrade called Vengeful Spirit. So, if you look at the top left, I have these masks, and those 5 I should have are my health, which is 1 point for each health. The little popcorn looking thing, that's my Geo. I like to call it bug bucks, because everything in this game is bugs. And you see the white meter on the top left, and that is my soul. So I can use it offensively and defensively. I can use it to heal, like that. It uses about 1/3 of my soul. Or I can use it to use spell moves, which is I can use for attacks for more damage. So this is the first fight, False Knight. You can just chase him, keep hitting him. Nice and easy. He opens up. Now, luckily for us, we don't actually have to kill him. There's a gate to the left. And after the first phase, we can get out of there. Now, the reward for killing that boss is usually a ticket into a new town. Luckily for us, we can find another way into the town, so we don't need to kill him. We can just skip him.
That wasn't in the original version of the game, that skip.
It wasn't in the original version.
It was in the original release version, but it was added like right near the end. They decided they'd add that skip.
It was added later on. Yeah. You might need the microphone.
Yeah.
Saying just before the game released, they added that skip to that boss because they thought they wanted more options for the player. So yeah.
Oh, there you go. Wow. So this is Vengeful Spirit, which is essentially a fireball. It does 20 damage. And our nail's been doing 5 right now. So this is, I think, is it 20 Ben or is it 15?
I'm pretty sure it's 20.
I think it's 20 damage the fireball does. So this area we're in now is like a little tutorial. It's trying to teach us how to use that fireball. Now we don't need to use it really because it's slower. So I can jump over him right here. So I could use a fireball, I can just jump over him. Same with this part, the spikes above us. If we up here, we can just skip him. And we can poke off him. So the enemies and the way we bounce off them like that gives us a lot of variety in movement. Now I need to actually use a fireball for this guy. If I get too close to him, he's going to lock up and we can't hit him with our nail. Oh, there we go. So we have to use our fireball there. Now this is the first charm we're collecting. Charms are essentially like Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door's badge system. They're little upgrades we can add on to our character. So I'll sit at the bench here. The bench is in a save point. I'll chuck on this charm here called Soul Catcher, and it gives us more soul when we attack enemies. Oh, there we go. So I'm trying to use my fast force as much as I can. So yeah, we'll be using I think 2 charms in this run, so we can try and get the most of our character. Now I'm heading to the next area called Green Path. Very beautiful area by the way. But on my way there I want to get some soul, so I'm going to hit some of these guys. So this guy's right here, perfect. And we have almost full soul. And that's because we're coming to another boulder, a guy who locks up. There he is. Wait for him to spit an enemy. That's really good RNG. So we actually need him to spit an enemy. That's actually really good RNG. Usually he'll spit out those fireballs, we call cheese balls. He can spit out as many as he wants, so luckily we got enemies on the first go. Alright, so in this area I'm going to be doing 2 tricks called fireball skips. And we're going to be using... Oh, actually I had to concentrate there. So when we're using our fireball in the air, our character moves back a little bit. So I'm going to try and time my jump and use a fireball in the air. So we can skip half of Green Path. I think it's a lot of Green Path we're skipping.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot of it. So usually we need the dash move to jump and dash over this jump, but we don't need it. If I time it right, hopefully I can get it. So I'm going to concentrate just a bit. Oh, okay, didn't get it. I'll try again. There's a backup for it. Nah. Alright, I can go for a backup. This is a mosquito skip. So we can use this mosquito. We're going to lure him up here. There we go, and we just poke off him. Alright, I'll try and get the second one. Unfortunate about that. So again, we're going to get more soul. So this one's a little bit more tight, the jump, because there's a platform above us and we can't hit that platform. So I'll try it again. Try again. Go one more time maybe. Ooh, alright, I'll try. Okay, it's about 10 seconds lost, but if I go for these guys here, if not, we can just walk around. Not a big time loss, but it's still cool to show off. Nah, okay. That's fine. Just walk around here. But essentially we skip all this movement here, which is about 10 seconds saved. There you go. So we're trying to work out which geo we want in the run, because we need to buy some things in the run. So a lot of the routers try to work out what's the best way to get geo as quickly as possible without losing time. And with that said, shout out to the entire Hollow Knight Discord and the entire Hollow Knight speedrunning community. It's incredible how big the community is now of Hollow Knight. It's an indie Australian game, so in the grand scheme of things, it's really impressive to see how many people want to speedrun this game. So shout out to everyone there. That was another locked-in engagement, by the way, but we had 3 fireballs saved up, so we could kill him nice and easy. There we go. Now we're on our way to the next boss. And this boss we're actually going to kill. We're actually going to kill this boss. A little bit surprising, actually.
Save Zerk, please.
There's a character back there who's screaming for help, but we don't need him. He's not in our run. So as you can see, I've already got full soul, and I've got 4 HP, so this is nice and easy. As we move around, we want to try and be getting soul. So as we come up to a boss, we can kill him. Easy as. And this character here is called Hornet. One of your siblings. Right. Ooh. There we go. Done.
Nice fight.
Thank you. Alright. So as you can see, Hornet was jumping around, so we can just follow our attacks. So this move is called Mothwing Cloak, and it allows us to dash. So in the speed run, we want to be dashing everywhere. So this is the reason why we come to Hornet, so we can get dash. And what I'm doing is I'm doing a save and quit here. So when we sit on the bench before, it's actually a save point. So depending on where we sit, we can go do something, grab an item, and save and quit back right where we were. So now I can dash through. And we're going to be using that bench, I think, one more time. So smart placement of where we sit is where we can come save and quit. Alright, so now I'm going to head to the third area of the game, which is called Fungal Wastes. And we're here for another move, which is called Manticore, and it allows us to climb on walls. And climbing on walls is pretty cool because we can do some skips as well. So this is Fungal Wastes. Oh, there we go. Do some fast forwards to drop down quicker. Now there's also a trick coming up. Oh. You have to ignore Waluigi there. So there's a trick coming up called, and we call it Explosion Pogo. There's these plants and they spit out a poison ball of sorts. And luckily when it explodes, the hitbox remains. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try and pogo off the hitbox that's invisible. And try and do a skip. So we're going to skip another half of Fungal Wastes. As we go through these areas in the game, you realize we're not doing much of it. We're dipping in and out. So I'm going to try and concentrate here. Luckily we can do it again and again. Get some more geo. Oh. Alright, let's go. Oh. It's alright. Try again. There we go.
Nice.
Nice. So as you saw that thing exploding, we just pogoed off the explosion. Very precise. And we got here nice and quick. So we can try and use these guys if we move them in the right way. Maybe not. Actually no. It's a bad position. We can actually pogo off them and skip this movement I'm doing now. But we can go all the way around here. Oh, get out of the way. There we go. Alright, so we're dashing towards our next upgrade, which is Manticore. Alright. And so as I said earlier, it allows us to wall jump. And we can jump on the same wall. So if there's one wall, we can climb it almost infinitely. Really good design as well. So like this. Oh. Alright. So now we have some of the most fundamental upgrades we need for the rest of the game. Oh. And I'm gonna climb up here and pick up this item. And it's one of the journals in the world. I'm gonna save and quit again. And so with these journals, we can go to an NPC in a new city and we can sell them. So it's an easy way to get geo. So save and quit again there. And we're at the same bench again. Now this is the last time we're going to see this bench. So we don't need this bench anymore. And we're going to head to actually the very first boss of the game called Gruz Mother. Now Gruz Mother is a very easy boss. It's actually the first boss in the game, but we already have Fireball, we've got a few upgrades, so we'll demolish this boss. So we'll do some smart movement here and pogo off these. Oh, missed that one there. Just dodge this guy. Alright, so as you can see we have 250 geo, which is quite a lot. We're going to go up instead. And we're going to go to a stag station. And stag stations are essentially the fast travel system in the game. So we're going to buy the... Oh. We're going to...
It'd help if you press yes.
If I press yes, maybe. I can't read Chinese, I said that. So I bought the stag station, we're going to get out of there. So later on we're going to come back here. Alright, so just up here is Gruz Mother. Should be a nice and easy, very quick fight. Done. Easy as. Get some more geo. But the tumbler is rumbling.
I just want to say, you guys here enjoy the music of this game. The man who made the music is just sitting over there, and did a really good job. So if you guys want to go and congratulate him later, that would be great.
So Hollow Knight's
Everyone loves
composer. Shout out to the composer of the game, Chris Larkin. Incredible music, very ambient, it's got everything in it. So we're going to sit at the bench here, and we're going to take off Soul Catcher and put on Shaman Stone instead. Shaman Stone gives us more damage for our spells. So I'm going to intentionally take damage here, maybe twice, there we go. Because upcoming, I'm going to actually intentionally kill myself and use our dead body to do a skip. So we're going to talk to this guy who'll go to town later on. And now I'm actually going to take more damage just before here, and then right here. So now, similar to previous games as well, our vessel, which is like our void soul, is going to spawn in. We're going to do a little setup with him. So let's try and do this. Got it.
Nice.
So we lured the vessel into a specific spot, so I could pogo off him, collect the geo, because he holds our geo, so we've got our geo back, and now we're in a new area we shouldn't be in, this early in. Now usually there's actually another move we're going to get later on, called Crystal Dash. I haven't got Crystal Dash yet, so I'm going to have to dash normally over this lake. Crystal Dash allows us to dash super quickly. So you're supposed to dash over that lake, but we don't need that. So we're on our way to get something called the Dream Nail. So we've got our regular nail, which we're using now, but a Dream Nail is a little bit more special. We can actually enter enemies and NPCs' thoughts, and we can see what they're thinking in their dreams as well. And so this little text here, it's showing 3 masks at the top. And so these are the 3 dreamers. And essentially the 80% rail is to collect the 3 dreamer souls, and then fight the main, how would you describe it, Ben? Without spoiling.
One of the final bosses in the game.
One of the final bosses. So the cool thing is we can have... Spoils it more. One of the endings. So we can actually just fall off there. It saves no... It doesn't lose any time. We still have to wait, so I'll just jump off. So we'll do a little bit of platforming here to get the Dream Nail. And there's some other speedrunners out there who can dash... As I
like
said,
that.
there are some people who can dash through this entire thing really well, so shout out to the guys who are good at this game. But we can just... Ooh, close. There we go. And here's our dream now. Now it's incredible to think that this entire game is drawn by one person. Everything animated and everything drawn you see is made by one person. So shout out to one of the devs, Ari Gibson, who may or may not be watching right now on Twitch. Alright, so now that we've got Dash, we've got Dream now, we've got Mantis Claw, and we've got Mothwing Cloak, which is our Dash, and now we can head to City of Tears. So we do have to do a little bit of walking backwards. And we're going to head to City of Tears, which is, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful places in the game. Awesome for a casual playthrough, but for a speedrun, it's a little bit tough because there's a lot of enemies so close to each other. They're all clustered together. We don't need that red guy. That red guy can be a pain, but we're going to see him later on in the run. So some enemies in this game actually do 2 damage per hit. So we've only got 5 HP, and some enemies do 2 damage, which is pretty tough. We're not going to get any more HP. Oh. I'm going to try and lure him to come forward. There we go, grab this, another journal. So like I said before, we can sell these journals to an NPC. Ooh.
That's what we're doing.
This guy, strike. I'm going to heal myself just in case. Pretty risky, so as you can see, all the enemies are close to each other. It's kind of hard to dodge them at sometimes. Alright. So there's a bench here. A new save point. Try and get this trick here. Right. Nice, so this is a secret journal. We can do some precise platforming there using our pogo, and we can get that. So now we're going to head to the Golden Husk, which is a secret enemy in the game, who gives us a lot of geo. So again, we need more geo, which is the currency in the game, to buy more items. So we can hit these guys. And in this room here, there's a secret Golden Husk.
This enemy was the last enemy out of the original version of the game. They decided that they wanted one more enemy, and that's the guy they made.
So as you can see, we got 420 geo. Coincidence, huh? Now some of the breakables, like I said before, we can break some objects in the background. Some of them are placed rather coincidentally. We can actually use them to skip. So I'm going to skip half of City of Tears right now. Just doing a simple pogo off that in a smart placement. Alright, so we're going to go get another bench now. So we can use some of the breakables in the background to skip areas of the game. I'm going to get more soul. There we go. Oh, good amount of geo. We're going to pogo this guy, fireball him, and jump around this guy like a fly, and pogo him.
The fireball that he's used does 3 times his nail damage. So he wants to really hit as many fireballs as he can on those big enemies, because it's much, much faster.
That guy was in a bad spot. Well, so when it comes to RNG in this game, which is the random element in the game, so RNG determines what happens in the element of randomness. Enemies spawn in the exact same position every time you enter a room, but when you enter the room, they can move around, they can jump, they can fly around. So when we enter a room, I have to look at where the enemies are and try and work around where they're positioned, so we can get around rooms quicker. gotta hit this chandelier elevator. Dodge this guy. Now we're gonna get another journal, which is our 4th journal, and then we're gonna go to the NPC and sell all the journals. There we go. Oh, they can just hit me there, but we get out the animation of picking it up quicker, so it's not that much of a time loss. Alright, so there's a little bit of waiting when we're selling, so are there any comments or questions?
Boris son, velmi Artred.
Nothing, no?
Kachail, velmi Artred.
Alright, so what we're doing anyway is we're selling these journals.
Velmi Artred. Kachail, Lias, velmi Artred. Boris son.
There we go, so now we have about 1,900 geo. We're going to hit this elevator, come down. Now with all this geo, we're going to use 250 of it to upgrade our nail from the blacksmith. Now our nail is doing 5 damage right now, but when we upgrade it, we do 9 damage. So which is almost twice the amount of damage. There's just some platforming here. Dash right in between those 2 enemies. The movement in this game is really cool. Now unfortunately in this run we're not going to see every movement option, but you have double jump, you have all these spells. It's a really good game. What can I say? So we're at the blacksmith. We're going to hit yes this time. He's going to upgrade our nail for us. And now we do 9 damage instead of 5. Alright. Save and quit one more time. And now we're coming up to a boss called Watcher Knights. And it's actually 7 mini bosses in one. Now, truth be told, I've lost a lot of runs to the Watcher Knights. So, bless RNG in the Twitch chat for those who are here. It's not a hard fight per se, but you're supposed to do this fight with a lot more upgrades. Now we're only doing this fight with 1 nail upgrade and 1 fireball. Well, now luckily for us there's a secret up here. So we can go up here and we can destroy this chandelier, which actually crushes one of the Watcher Knights in the background. We can use our Dream Nail to get some soul from the enemies in the background. Alright. That's 1 down. And now 2 are going to spawn. Again, we can use our Dream Nail to get some soul. Now what we want to try and do, we want to try and line it up so we can hit both of them with a fireball at the same time. Oh, damage there. One down. Another one down. Whoa, that was close. Last one. Done.
Nice work, dude.
Thank you. First go. If we die to that fight, it's about 2-minute time loss. The thing about this game is, it's very punishing when you die. So the time losses can be pretty big. We get a lot of geo here for the reward, because I think I deserve some geo after that fight. Now we're going to go to the first dreamer, the first of 3. Rather than using the elevator, we can just climb up. This is actually faster, so we don't need that elevator. Oh, if I can jump properly, there we go. All the way up here. Oh. So this is the first dreamer of 3, who's sealing the black egg. And we need to enter the black egg at the end of the game. So this is, yeah, the first of 3. A little bit of a long cutscene here. Now when we run this game, we use our load remover, because everyone's PCs are different. Some PCs... Bit of a loud scream there. Some PCs have longer loading time, some have shorter loading time, so we use a load remover, so no matter what PC you run on, it's fair. Everyone has a consistent time. A big fast fall there. So now we're going to be doing a little bit of movement. We have to head back to the main town, so we can get an upgrade called the Lumify Lantern. Fall in there. Now what the lantern does is it lights up areas for us in the game. Because we're going to go to a dark, spooky area at the end of one at the end of the run. So with a lantern, which costs 1800 geo, we can see. Because you can actually do the area blind, but it's pretty hard. So we're going to have a lantern to help us out. So most of it's just movement, so were there any more donation comments or anything that needs to be said? We're going to buy the stag station for 300 geo. Ring this bell, and here comes the stag. So now we're going to fast travel back to the first area of the game, which is Dirt Mountain. So now we're going to buy the lantern. And we need this lantern to, as I said before, explore some of the dark areas in the game. We're going to sit at this bench, and go visit the stag again. Alright, so now we're going to enter another area of the game called Crystal Peak. Crystal Peak has Crystal Dash, which is a movement that it dashes infinitely throughout an area, which will help us do a skip later on. Oh. There we go. So there's a little toll gate here blocking us. As you can see, the lantern is now brightening up this dark area. We can spend 50 geo to light it up. Cool, so any donation comments?
Just quickly turning with some donations. I got $10. Greetings from Slovakia. I love Hollow Knight and I love Little Ghosts. Keep up the sweet and round and grim.
Thank you.
From Deje Away. I'm sorry if I butchered that. For just $15 a month, the donation is $15. You too can supply Simo with the hair products he needs in order to regrow his luscious afro. P.S. I now cannot afford a flight home. Bible thump. And finally, we've got $25 from Unknown. Nothing better than watching Simo run Hollow Knight on my birthday at 2 AM. Hype! Greetings from Hedwig and Chi, lol from Germany.
Shout out to Chi and Hedwig. Happy birthday.
Hey guys.
So a lot of this area is on cycles, so as you can see these laser enemies, we can try and... Ooh, that was bad there. It's alright. I'll wait for the cycle. If we do it quickly, we can dodge these. So again, if you're playing this game casually, there's a lot of bosses, a lot of things to explore. But like I said, we're going to dip into areas, just get the main upgrade and head out. Because we don't need to see everything to beat the game. So we're going to do a lot of fast forwards here. Now this part coming up, it's not necessarily hard, but it's just very punishing if we die. It's a lot of tight platforming. I'll try and get a good cycle here. Made it, nice. Alright, so now we're gonna go get Crystal Dash. Now I'm gonna do a save and quit back to the main town, and we're gonna use Crystal Dash to do a sequence skip. So we can skip a lot of the game doing the skip here. So now usually there's an upgrade that we could get, it's called Izmir's Tier, and it allows us to swim in acid. But if we Crystal Dash in a very tight spot, we can actually Crystal Dash over the acid. So I'm gonna head to the spot now. So as you can see, we just Crystal Dash through the levels. Do some fast forwards, of course. It should be 2 screens from now. And again, we can pogo off these spikes. Alright, so here it is. Hope I get a first go. Ooh. So I want to cling onto that wall on the left. There we go. That's really precise timing there. I could just fall into that acid over and over, but we just hit that wall and Crystal Dash through it. So now we're in Fog Canyon, but we're going to get out here in a sec. And we're going to enter this area called the Archives. And this is where the second Dreamer will be. Now because this is a live run, I'm going to grab this bench up here just in case for safety strats. Now we can skip that bench and just go to the boss, but just in case, we're going to hit that. We're going to try and get some soul, so as you can see we have full soul already, that's pretty good. And this next boss is called Umu. Umu is a cycle based boss, so we want to try and defeat Umu in 3 cycles. Every cycle adds 20 seconds. So I'm going to try and lure Umu in a specific pattern. And we can get as much damage as we can. So now this is the, here we go. That's a lot of damage there. I can try and be sneaky and dream now the fight. Oh, I tried to poke off him. That's alright.
Right now it's going to give you a little soul, but it gets straight now. It doesn't actually.
So as you can see, every time he does an attack, it's about 20 seconds. So every cycle, it's a major time loss in an actual speedrun. Ooh, 1 HP. I tried to go for a good damage there, but I'll play it safe. This should be it. There we go.
There we go.
And with that boss done, we can head to the second dreamer. And here she lies. Our friend Quill will come out. And now we can dream down the second dreamer. Now a cool little strat here is we can actually use our crystal dash right here and hit the dreamer, which saves like half. Oh, I didn't even hit it. It saves about half a second if we hit the dreamer. And that's the second dreamer done. Alright, so from here we're going to enter a new area called Deepness. Now Deepness is inhabited by spiders. Wait for the scream. Whenever that scream happens, I can't hear myself talk. It's loud. But yeah, so we're going to enter Deepness, which is very deep in the world, but it lies the third dreamer. So now we're going to do some movement just to get out of the archives. Just about a minute and a half. Hit the desert. There we go. So I'm trying to get some soul as I'm moving around as well. So as you can see, I'm trying to hit enemies, which doesn't waste much time. Because the more soul we have, the more we can heal ourselves. And we can try and defeat some enemies nice and quickly. We're back in Fog Canyon, but not for long. Might heal myself actually. There we go. Whoop. And now we're going to crystal dash over Queen Station, which we don't need to see. Goodbye, Queen Station. Back into Fungal Wastes. And we're going to go from Fungal Wastes right into Deepness. Now there's two ways to enter Deepness. You can enter from the top and fall all the way down, or you can enter from the bottom and work your way up. There we go. Now we're going to fall from the top. We can actually use our fireball to open up this breakable wall rather than hitting it. We're going to go all the way here, trigger something, and fall down. We're going to fall all the way into Deepness. Oh. These little spiders. Oh. Might want to heal myself. Oh. Alright, that's unfortunate. Luckily we can go collect our vessel again. Alright, so we have to go through the archives one more time. Like I said, the deaths are punishing. I did have enough soul to heal myself though. Again, we want a little bit more soul just in case. Alright. So we're back here again, and we should be able to meet with our vessel and collect all our geo. I'm gonna go back over Fungal Waste again. Queen Station first, then Fungal Wastes. Oh, fast forward. So it's a good amount of soul we have now. Dash all the way over, and now I have to find my vessel. Because we need 250 geo at the end of the game, and right now I've got 0 geo. Alright, so I found my geo, I can hear it.
Missed it, was that?
Oh. Oh, there it is, nice. Alright, whoa. Yeah, there's spider. Alright, so now we get our money back. Alright, so truth be told, I've actually never died there in a run, so I didn't know where that vessel was going to be. I'll heal myself though. Going to work our way through here. Now we're going to fall down again. Deepness is very deep. It's called Deepness for a reason. We're going to fall again. All the way to the bottom. Now I'm going to heal myself just in case. There we go. And now we're going to make our way to the third and final dreamer. Again, we want some soul. But try not to take damage as well. Because enemies in this last room will do 2 damage to us. And we don't want to take 2 damage, obviously. We can also use that crystal dash to skip most of the movement. Enter this secret little hallway up here. Dash over one of the main enemies. Go. It's working our way all the way to the left. Spiders are trying to chase us from behind. We'll do another dash here. This is the second last room before the third dreamer. Trying to dodge those cheese balls. And now we're going to head into an area called Beast's Den, or as I like to call it, Ben's Den. And this is where the third dreamer lies. But before we do that, we've got to sit on this bench here. And these little fellas do something. The room gets dark and they move towards us. And something's caught us. Now let's get out of there. Alright, so let's go get this dreamer. Full HP and full soul. You can get 2 hits off this guy. You do ooh. That's 1 down, we got I think 1 more. Now, luckily we have that lantern that we bought from the shop earlier. Because if we didn't have the lantern, this place would be really dark. And yes, people have done this place blind as well. We'll try and dodge these guys, or we can hit them from the soul. We're going to save that little caterpillar there. You can collect 50 of those caterpillars in the game. We don't use it for any percent, but I always like to save it because I feel nice. Oh, just made it over that guy. Gonna heal once more. You can get 2 hits. Done. Alright, now let's head to the 3rd dreamer. Alright, now considering that this is a Metroidvania game, it's interesting because casual playthroughs take you about 30 hours to do this game normally, and if you want to do everything in this game, it's about 55 hours. So the fact that we can beat the game in about 1 hour... Wait. Always wait for that scream. But the fact that we can do it in 1 hour without any glitches is pretty cool. So again, shout outs to the guys who route this game and who run this game. Now we have 288 geo. Because we need to buy 1 more stag station. We need 250 geo. Now I've actually done many runs on my streams where I've had less than 250 geo. And I've done this, I've moved all the way to the stag station, got to the stag station and realised I couldn't afford it. So I have to move all the way back and get more geo. So luckily we have 250. Whoa, that's close. There we go. So luckily for us we have more than 250 geo. And now we're going to head back to the very main town so we can do the final boss. Now the thing with this final boss is the skill ceiling for the boss is very high. You can do the entire boss in about 1.5 minutes, or it can take you a lot longer depending on your skill level. But the thing with this movement and combat system is you can follow a boss wherever they move, and you can almost damage them at every second. So seeing high level play of this game is incredible to watch. We can crystal dash off this platform here. And now that we've got all 3 dreamers, we can enter the black egg for one of the endings of the game. Now just like the Watcher Knights, truth be told, I've died to this boss quite a lot. But there are some safe strats I can do so I can, not die. I can try and tackle it out. So this is the final boss here. But first we have to free the boss. Alright. Wish me luck, I need it.
Good luck.
Oh, nice. That's one phase done. This is like a bullet hell part, but we can do some more damage here. Ooh. Done.
That was a really good hollow
That was a very good fight, actually. And now we're going to solve up the final boss, and time's coming up. When the screen goes black, that's time. And time. Alright, so I just want to say shout out to ASM crew, PAX, for having me allowed to run this game. It's an incredible speed game, so if you want to know more, join the Hollow Knight Discord, which is on speedrun.com/Hollow Knight. And also shout out to Team Cherry, who are the developers of the game. Thanks to Greg, who came up from South Australia. Christopher Larkin, the composer, who's here as well.
Makoto's here too.
And Makoto. Makoto, who does voices for multiple characters, is over here as well. So shout out to Makoto, who's here. And yeah, thanks everyone. I hope it was a good run. Next, I think we have Super Mario World by Sten, so that should be exciting, an old classic. And thank you.
See you, everyone.
Okay, thank you very much for that run. So that was, of course, excellent. We're going to be switching over to Mario World now. Those on site can